Okie dokie, hi! It's Riikka here. Let's start by checking that everything is working, that you can see and hear me. I'm hoping nobody is still online, so I'll just keep babbling for a while. Today we are making some really quick, these could be holiday decorations or gift idea, using glass jars, and I'm also talking about the different gels at Finnabair line. So if you can see and hear like everything is okay, just give me, you see me, perfect. Hi everybody. So hopefully everything is working just fine. I know that December is usually quite busy, so that's why I thought to keep this live really short and sweet, so to say, but also share some ideas for if you want to make your own gifts or on your own holiday decor, and also about the mediums, share a little bit of information about those. Hi Jen, hi Chris, thank you for joining today. I hope my voice is okay because I got a flu, but it should be okay. And I say that the camera is going nuts again, so maybe I should use the remaining seconds and try to find something darker underneath, so maybe it doesn't zoom in and out all the time, because I talk with my hands even though I'm not from Italy, I'm from Finland, but still, because I know that that's so annoying if I do this and then it's zooming in and out all the time. So, hi Gianna, thank you for joining. Let me check if I can find something dark underneath. Okay, let's try with this. If this should help. Usually something dark helps. Haha, better. Yeah. Now it doesn't go in and out all the time. Hi Kanika. Hi Anna. Thank you for joining. We are making some really quick tea light holders. I'm using like these electronic ones, so they are safe, so the glass doesn't burst or anything. But if you, for example, use the same methods for actual tea light holders and alter them, they should be fine. But these are actually little glass jars of baby food, so adding the actual lights to them might not be a good solution. It still keeps on focusing and refocusing. Sorry about that, but hopefully we'll be fine. So we're doing something like this. I am using the liquid acrylics to create this kind of glass paint effect to the jars, and then I'm talking about the different gels. I have no idea what the time is, but I'm guessing it's about the time to start, as Sharon, hello, is here. Thank you for joining. So let's start. I start by painting the jars and talk about the gels while the paint is drying, so then I don't have to use the heat tool. So the first thing is to get, if you have your glass jars, to get any kind of labeling there is out of those. If they are just paper, it's usually really easy, but if there's some glue residue or that kind of, then nail polish remover usually does the trick, because it can then erase all the adhesive that there is. Naturally you can paint the whole jar with the paint, but I'm trying to put like a half of it painted, and then the other half I'll leave untreated. So I'm using masking tape as my guideline. If you want a really straight line, then measure the line by all means at some places, but I'm just eyeballing. For the two of the jars I used white paint, and for the one I used red, but I also picked up blue because I wanted to try that out. Hi Anita! So these are the Finnabair Art Alchemy liquid acrylics. This one is Ultramarine. A little dot will go a long way because we are going for a translucent kind of effect. And as these are liquid, so they are already quite translucent. This is pretty. Blue might not be the first go for winter, Christmas kind of color, but well, I like blue. And you could use these for any kind of glass decorations, Mardi Gras, or whatever party you have going on. So I'm using a little bit of sponge, so I'll get this kind of frosty effect to the paint. Hi Claudia! And then while the paint is still wet, that's why it's not working, it's not the right place. I'll remove the tape, so then the edge should be quite crisp. As if the paint is dried, it might pull some of the paint away. Yeah, the colors are really intense, so you just need a little bit. And let's use the white one for the other one. But again, it could be anything. It could be white, it could be red, yellow, green, whatever is your oops, no, I didn't mix it. Holiday color. Because now it's better. This might end up being pale blue because I'm using the same sponge and kind of dabbing to get that kind of frosty look. You could use a brush as well, but the look is totally different with that. A bit more. If you want more opaque kind of look, then do a couple of coats of the paint. But if you just want kind of that frosted glass look, then one layer is plenty, like so, and then again. And then let's let these dry for a while I tackle the gels. I use these as kind of, well, candle holders, but you could also put cookies, or then you could put candies inside and decorate the lid as well and give them as gifts. The same idea is fine. Well, my actual tabletop is made of glass, but this, you can see, it's actually foil. It's plastic. It's just looking like it would be marble, but it's plastic, so I can just put and then spray a little bit water and it should be fine. If it stays on, then I can just use it for a while and then replace it, because I have a whole block of this pattern. So, oh yeah, they are actually on the right direction. So, yeah, you need to just a little of the paints. I mean, this was just a drop. They're still left in here, and I managed to color this one whole through, so they are really going a long way. But the gels, I'm not sure if you're familiar with these, but this is my favorite. This is my go-to, but let's start with this one. This is, as it says, soft. And I picked the gloss version from the old, so they are kind of the same. The difference between the gloss and matte is actually the finish. If it's, well, dry matte or dry gloss. What they also have common is the coloration. They dry clear, but all the gels are white-ish as they are, as you can see. These are more white, and this is more like a, well, creamy kind of yellowish color than these two. So this one, as it's the fluidest, most movable version, it's perfect for paper collaging or doing your own paints. It's perfect, like if you want to use impasto paints and make them more like the liquid versions, so they are translucent, as impasto paints on themselves are opaque. So you can add some of this on and kind of change the consistency of the paint. What you can also put in is like glitter, or then color this one with liquid acrylics. There's plenty of uses for that, but it's perfect for collaging. So if you want to do an art journal page, for example, then the easiest way is to use matte version of this one. If you're, then again, oh sorry, now it's, please focus, come on. Yes, perfect. If you again are making your own glitter paint, for example, then the gloss version is better, because then the matte version hinders the shine. So if I want to do a collage, I wasn't planning this, then I needed to grab some paper. The easiest way is to use the soft gel, as it's like transparent see-through acrylic paint. You can just add layer underneath and layer on top, making things really easy for you to make kind of the first layer of an art journal page for a scrapbooking layout or for our canvas. So just layer underneath, layer on top, then let it dry and use that as your base. Because if I try to brush this one, which is more heavy body, it's a lot harder because of the consistency. While that one is like sour milk, maybe, this one is then cream cheese. You can brush it, but it's harder. If you're planning on getting the gels, you haven't tried them out before, and planning to get just one because you want to test if you like it or not, then I'd recommend this one, because it's kind of, you can use it as it is, but you can also dilute it with a little bit of water and use it for collaging. But because what you can't do with the fluider gel is this. the dimensional things, then you need the 3D gel in order to actually get the layers adhered. And why I usually use this over than this one, which I'm using today, is that I like to use my finger as the highly special application tool. So to me it's easier to just grab it with my finger, and as you can see I can do that with this gel, but while with this gel it's harder because it's just kind of blobs. So this is then the go-to gel if you want to build heavy dimensional layers, as it dries dimensional. So if you have something suspended in mid-air like these, they will stay put after the gel is dried, and well, there's nothing to it. You can use it as the base of dimensional paste as well, because it dries clear. Like here, I've used both of the gels. The layers, kind of flat layers, are done with the soft gels, and the heavy layers are done with the 3D gel. But what we're using today, that's the thickest of them all. It's also the most recent addition to the gels, and it's the heavy body gel, so it's really thick. In Finnabair's own web page there's an abundance of information about the gels as well, which you can then check. And if you have any questions, like always, just type them in. Sharon is here to help, and I'll go through the comments after the show. So if there's anything you want to know about the gels, please just ask. But yeah, this is the heaviest. I can turn the jar upside down and nothing is moving. And why I chose this gel to this project is about the surface, because as you can see, it's dimensional already. So if I would use the 3D gel on top of this, I probably would need to be like this, holding the embellishments in place for a while they dry, while this gives kind of a sucking feeling. So when I actually adhere something with this gel on top of the curved glass surface, I get a feeling that it will stay there, even though the drying time is similar to all the other gels. So let's continue turning this into this. Whoops. And now it's not focusing. Yeah, better. So how I get the little glitter stripe? That's really easy. You should know me by now that I'm not like using a lot of time to anything. I'm like Speedy Gonzales. So I'm applying a thin strip of double-sided tape to this kind of seam where the paint and the unpainted, hi Tanya, area meet. And same here. There's some glue residue here, as you can see, so I'm using that as the base of my focal point, because then the flowers can hide those ugly adhesive residue thingies, so I don't have to scrub them off. And again, you don't have to worry about this seam either, as it's then covered with the beautiful blooms eventually. Oh, come on. Here we go. And now let's put it this way so I don't adhere it to the paper. And the same with this one. Just getting the protective paper. Oops, I'm off. Here we go. And then let's add the glitter on top. I love the vial, or what is this thing called? It's so easy, I can just sprinkle the glitter on top. Then maybe go over it delicately with my finger, kind of a little bit of pushing that one in, and then use a soft brush to get the excess off. So then I have a glitter line in my jar. Thank you, Claudia. I'm so happy to hear that you like my work. And then let's do the other one. The combination of the blue and gold takes me into Persia, or like Tales of 1001 Nights. Only would need some purple touches there. Like so. Really easy peasy. Let me move now this away and put it back to the tube a bit later so you don't have to wait. Because now I have the base done. Yeah, these are piltti. It's a child like puree here in Finland. Then this trick you all probably know already. I have a mold, silicone mold, and I have hot glue. So again, the embellishments are made from hot glue. This time there's also a reason for it, rather than just that it's really fast. So this is just hot glue to the mold, but as it's, haha, pun intended, moldable, or actually bendable after it's done, then this kind of embellishments, it's easier to get around the shape that I already have going. What's happening to my glue gun? Because that's again curved surface, so if I would have something that's really straight, that might cause a problem. But I'm able to bend this embellishment to the curved surface. And then you just wait until this is kind of, well, this color. And then you have your own hot glue embellishments. They don't look like much yet, but with adding the wax on top, they really shine and look amazing. If you're using, if you're using natural candles, which then actually heat the jar, then hot glue might not be your thing, because then it might start melting with the heat of the candle. So better then stick to actual paper mache or resin or something, and then maybe get a little bit of bigger jar or use something as small as this, so then the curved surface doesn't cause that many problems. But my trick to make it fit better, because now you can see on top view it's not curved, I could curve it like this and then just adhere it, but the easier solution is to actually heat the embellishments and then let it stick to the curved surface. The trick is not to overheat it, just enough for it to bend to the shape. And then let it cool for a while. Then I'll try really carefully, removing some of the paint, it seems, to get it off. So then you can see it's curved. You can use just a gel, but then you need to add some pressure to it. But this way you already have the right curvature to the piece. I'm not going to do that with this one because it's a bit smaller. So then we can just use the wax to get these a bit more pretty than these see-through white thingies. Normally I'm using my fingers also in this stage, but as this one is so dimensional, the molded embellishments, you really need a Finnabair stencil brush to get to all those little grooves. Hai Taru! Heippa! Jos on kysymyksiä mutta siis suomeksi, niin laittakaa vaan tulemaan. Mä vastailen niihin sitten shown jälkeen. A few words in Finnish, my native tongue. And same in English. If you have any questions, just add them to the comment section. I'm trying to keep my eye on that, but, well, as I'm creating, I get carried away. But I go through all the comments after the show, so if there's anything I've missed. If I would be working on top of a canvas, as you could see with this one, I actually gilded the back also. But as we are working on top of glass, it's handy to add the gold color also to the back side, because then you can see it from the other side of the jar. So it's kind of all over. If you want two-toned or more like colors to these, naturally you can use a couple of wax colors, or then you can add acrylic paints on top, or paint the embellishment first with gesso. But to me the gold one was enough for these. And then comes the now I need something to hold my jar in place. There. And even though I said that this one is harder to use with your finger, I still use my finger, but it's like these little pieces. It's not like the other one, which is that just smooth and you can apply it really well with your fingers. But for a curved surface, a harder surface like this, then it's a kind of a must, because the other one would try to then fall off, and that's not something we want. Here we go. So there's just a couple of embellishments, and already the jar is looking really different from what we started. Let's move to this one. And I can't even see the seam. I guess it's there. Like that. I already have this one gilded as well, so let's use that one. And like I said, these dry clear. The gel dries clear, not the embellishments. Naturally they are golden, so you don't see it from the backside either. And the metal embellishment was from this set, the mechanical flowers. They are of different metal colors, but again, you can use that wax to make them fit to the golden theme. Naturally, you can use any other color. I chose gold. That's kind of my go-to for the waxes. But if you prefer silver, you can change all the colors to silver and use like white and silver, like really icy effect. Maybe there. Let me add the gold first and then adhere it. Because even though you get that kind of a sucking or stay put kind of feeling with the gel, here in Finland the drying time of the gels is about, well, overnight. It takes hours for them to dry. Depending where you live, for example, if you live in a really dry place, then it might be a lot faster. But here it takes about maybe 8 hours for the gels to dry completely. So it's easier for me to apply the wax first and then adhere it, rather than chasing the flower around my tea light holder. Maybe like so. Come on. Yep. And for the one flower I used the Christmas in the Country flowers, like the red one here. But for the rest, I just went with the golden embellishments. And the finishing touch is using memory hardware pearls, and I chose the number 6 set for these, as there's the red one and then there's the pearly ones which always go, and then there's these like dark, what is this, brown, sorry, I'm losing words, which you can then add again with a teeny tiny bit of gel. You can kind of finish the composition with a few details. Maybe a couple of white ones as well. Let me take this one. So I really like the blue color. What do you think? White one or this one? Maybe white. Bring a little bit of light to it in the form of the pearls. And these sets are so handy because there's different sizes, so you can use smaller and larger to kind of get kind of a varying effect. Just maybe one there. And that's it. They are so really fast to make. If you live in a place where the gel dries quicker, then these are like last minute, hi Nettan, last minute gift ideas. But here in Finland you need that one day between so that the gel dries. But, well, I said that you could use the electronic, what are these, tea lights? But you could also put candies in, or you could put cookies in, make like a bigger jar, or then mustard. I'm not sure what you can preserve, whatever you are giving away. So yeah, teacher gift, perfect. A little bit maybe bigger one, or then have a set of like, almonds in one, raisins in one, and cinnamon in one. Hi Robin! So it's kind of just whatever you want to use, but the techniques are the same. The little tip how to curve the embellishment and how to get the frosty effect using the liquid acrylics, and then actually choosing the right gel as well, because the heavy body is all the rage for curved or hard surface. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming today. It was really fast and quick, little thingy, but there will be the recording, and if you have any questions, just add them below there and I'll go through them in a second. So thank you, and as this is my December, well, live, then I want to wish you like lovely holidays and lovely holiday season and all the warm wishes for the new year 2020. I'll see you in January. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Sharon. Bye bye.